Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and I'm going to do something completely off topic. I do this every now and then. Sometimes I'll get a conversation started on my fan page or in a video, and some interesting topics and conversations will come up that have nothing to do with my regular content of my channel, and I just feel every now and then it needs to be addressed, and I'm going to do that for you guys today. But hold on, let me give you guys a bicep shot first. Roll that sleeve up so you guys can see that. Okay, when I did my video yesterday on good versus bad carbs, and I did some trolling at the end discussing Satanism and associating the worship of Satan with bad carbs, people jumped in and started making some comments, and we got into discussions of what Satanism are, and some people were defending Satanism saying this isn't bad, and then some Christians and religious people have got in trying to explain that humanism is Satanism. And I want to talk about that for just a minute and talk about the LeVay Satanism, because this is something I know quite a bit about. And I'm going to give you guys my opinion on LeVay and LeVay Satanism, what I think his motivations were and what's really going on there. Alright, as has been pointed out, and even I pointed out and someone else did, no, most people who are Satanists today, or who use the term Satanist publicly for their public religious belief, do not worship Satan. They don't even believe in the existence of Satan. They are effectively atheist. They don't believe in God, Satan, any of that as real, literal entities. They believe it as philosophical concepts. And this was started by LeVay, who is really an interesting character. And before anyone has to wonder, yes, I have read his book. I've read LeVay's Satanic Bible. I wasn't particularly impressed with it, but I have read it purely in the interest of academia, just to see what this guy was about. And I looked into his history and everything quite a while back. And I think he was a very brilliant showman, a very brilliant entrepreneur, and really an interesting character, but I don't think he actually believed in Satanism. I don't think he actually really believed in his religion as anything other than a philosophy and a way for him to make money and put on a show and get followers. I think he's an atheist. I don't think he believes in God. I don't think he believes in Satan. I don't think he believes in magic. I don't think he even practiced ritual magic of any type. That is my opinion that I take away from looking at his history and looking at the book. But effectively what he did, he took secular humanism, and he was very brilliant of him to do this at the time that he did it. He took secular humanism and turned it into a religion, and he did it in the United States, where Christianity is the predominant religion. And a lot of the primary sects of Christianity today believe that, in effect, humanism is, in a way, Satanism and against God. He knew that, and he played upon that belief, and he himself had a very religious upbringing, so he was very, very familiar with Christian teachings, and he was also a showman. And that was the rest of his upbringing, and it was his way of rebelling against that. And this is someone who was effectively an atheist, but he saw the power that religion has over people and its ability to make money and gain love and adoration and sex and everything else. He saw this, and he basically started his own cult, but he did it in rebellion against Christianity, not because he was rebelling against God, but because he saw it as a way to achieve his ends for himself personally. And so he created this knowing that Christians would believed already that humanism was virtually the equivalent of Satanism already. So he just made it official, turned it into an official religion, and called it the Church of Satan. And now all of these people run around calling them Satanists, and he created this religion for people who wanted to rebel against their Christian upbringing. And he knew that there would be thousands and thousands of people who would want to do this. He could get a lot of young people. It was trendy, and we still see that today. We still see the majority of people running around calling themselves Satanist are very young people. They're rebelling against what they see as an oppressive religious upbringing, and this falls right in line for them. And that's what he intended it for. I would not consider it to actually be Satanism, and it's certainly not theological Luciferianism. It is as far removed from what you would call true theological Luciferianism, which would be real hardcore Satanism, as you can possibly get. It is pretty much atheism or humanism turned into a set of religious practices to put on a show, and he did all of it in a way that was a showmanship and to get publicity and have Christians screaming out in outrage so that he could gain popularity, he could gain notoriety, so that he could make money and get attention and get followers. And that is ultimately what the Church of Satan and LeVay Satanism is today. And yet it is continued on after his death, and it still has a lot of followers, but it's certainly not what I would term true Satanism. It is simply people taking a philosophical view to rebel against certain types of religious teachings or to apply humanism, and they still want some type of religion. And LeVay realized that there seems to be a need among certain people to have a religion. And it might even be genetic that a certain percentage of the population needs a religion even if they don't believe in anything spiritual. And he sees that opportunity and used that to create a religion for his own personal benefit. And that's all the Church of Satan really is, in my opinion at least. And to go back to my point about the carbs I described would not be Church of Satan Satanists, because I specifically said carbs that worship Satan, and this particular religion does not worship Satan, and they do not even believe in the existence of Satan. They call themselves Satanists purely from a philosophical perspective. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you next time.